Brandon, what are your thoughts on that performance against Featherstone?
We can be proud of what we've done. We've took them close, but ultimately disappointing in the end. It's a game of fine margins against your top teams, and we come out in second half, didn't really perform for the first 20 minutes, and it really let us down today. I think if we'd have nailed that 80-minute performance, they were there for taking. So I'm proud that the boys' efforts. We really had a dig, but ultimately disappointed. I thought that game were there for taking.
When you say you're disappointed, what factors or issues of the
as I said, mate, just that first 20 minutes after the second half, we're a bit frantic. We lost the arm wrestle. They were catching ball on their 40 and starting in good ball, and we were catching it on our line or on 10, and they just had all momentum at the start of the second half, and it really killed us that 20-minute period.
You started the game like a house on fire, full of purpose and intensity, and built up a tempo.
Yeah, we had a goal this week to go out and really give it to them in opening 10-15 minutes, and I thought we did that. We started way better and way faster than them, and it was a great start, and it was something we targeted. And as I've said previously, it was just that second half at the start of it that killed us today.
You scored a try in that first half. It'll probably be remembered for Ant Walker catching the ball and just knocking the Featherstone defenders over.
Like, he's been class for us these past few weeks, and he's getting known for them kick-off carry sort of thing. He's killed a few men. Offload to Sam, and I thought Sam were going to burn it all away, but offloaded to me, and luckily I was there just on the spot to finish it. But Walks and Sam made that, and I just had to finish it off. But great play by them too. What
was the mood like in that Bradford dressing room at half time?
We were buzzing. I think we were a bit too frantic more than not. We were just. I think half time come at the wrong time for us. They were early under caution. We were firing, and I think we were a bit too excited at half time, and that killed us a bit. We had to flatten out, and then there were too many voices, and ultimately that's what cost us. We should have just chilled out and gone back to what was successful at the start again.
You're at fullback, Brandon. You've probably got the best view more than anyone to see, but did you feel like Featherstone were doing what you were doing to them in that first half, kicking to the edges and then forcing you to move the ball down the middle?
Yeah, definitely, Mick. When you play at top teams, it's a game of field position, and first 10 minutes we were finishing in corner, spotting them, and first 3 tackles in 20 metres or 30 metres, and then that flipped at start second half, and I bet you could see, I could see it. It were clear to see that we were catching ball in our 10 and starting in yardage, and as we were starting in good ball in first half, so it really flipped in start of that second half.
How difficult is it to try and turn that sort of situation around, because you've had the impact of Ant Walker, Ebenskirt, midway in that first half, they're having a deserved rest at the start of the second half, so you are low on that impact.
Yeah, it happens. I know momentum swings both ways in most games these days, and you've just got to ride it and hang on best you can when it's not going your way, and unfortunately we conceded a few rubbish tries today in that period, and that's what killed us. So going forward, we really need to fix that up, and when we're not at as best, we need to hang in there, and that's where we need to improve going forward. Even when we're not as good, still giving them something and not leaking points.
When you talk about being proud of that performance, you give them a real go right up to that Dean Chisholm interception at the end.
Yeah, the boys had a real dig today. We can be proud of the game. I think Fev were big favourites going into it. They haven't lost all year, and I think if you ask any of them boys today, they've been in a real close game, and it could have gone either way, and unfortunately for us it swung their way in the end, but we gave them a real dig, and a few decisions and bounce at balls gone underway. It would have been ours today, no doubt.
Towards the end, with Joe Brown off, there was no sort of recognised half, no recognised 9. You were really doing it.
Yeah, we were at barebones towards the end of the game there. I think anyone watching would have seen structure slipped off a bit, as it's going to win no half-backs. I think Sammy were playing half at one point, and there was no hooker, as you say. So yeah, we're at barebones, and you could probably tell from outside looking in, but you've got to adapt to them situations. They had people out missing today as well as we did, so you just got to adapt when it does arise, and we didn't do it the best today, but as I've said before, we gave a real dig and pushed them right to end, and if it weren't for that interception, who knows what could have happened.
You pushed Featherstone all the way. There's 8 rounds now to go, Brandon. We really are entering the business end of the season.
Yeah, we've got a massive game next week against Halifax. We know our targets in camp and where we want to finish, and we've had a real good year so far, and I'm confident we're not going to let it slip up, and it's a massive game next week, and then we've got 7 big games after that, and we want to put our best foot forward, and secure them playoffs hopefully, and then go into them playoffs looking good and strong.
And how important would it be to get in that top 3 and effectively have 2 chances of a cherry and a home playoff game.
Yeah, if you come third or fourth this year, you get a home game, and that's something we've really targeted. So yeah, it'd be great to have a packed out Horsell, as you know. It'd be bouncing if it were playoff time, and that's his aim going forward this year. Let's finish third or fourth, but finishing in playoffs is a good achievement as it is. But we don't want to just be good. We want to be striving for that third or fourth spot now. I think first and second are pretty secure.
And just finally from me, Brandon, when you look back at the 2 previous games, those games as contests were effectively over by half time. You know, when you look at and analyse that game, obviously it's raw now after the game's just done, but do you think people will see players, John Kay, Mark Dunning, will see the barometer and think, hang on a second, you know, we've pushed a very good Featherstone side all the way?
Yeah, definitely. You know, it went right to the wire, and as I've said about it, a few decisions could have gone away. I think coach will be happy with what we've done, but it's just them key little parts that have killed us today, and obviously we'll be upset with them and analyse them and try and improve them going forward, because we really need an 80-minute performance going forward, and coming up to the playoffs, that's what's going to get you them wins. And you know, no game's easy in this league. You need to perform foot for eight. In the previous 2 games, as you said, we've really blown teams away and then been out of touch. But when you come against your top 4 teams, you really need to stick in there, and it can go anywhere.
I think, Brandon, having gone so close today against a team you've...
Say that again, sorry, Paul.
So obviously Feather beaten you quite well twice before the
Yeah.
season, and taken so close today and going within that close to beating them, that's got to give you confidence, you know, should you end up meeting them again in the playoffs, or when you play one of the top 2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, then past 2 games we've played, and we've been really disappointed with what we've dished up. I feel like we haven't played to our ability at all, and we did that today, and there was still a lot we could improve going forward. So if we do play them again in playoffs, we've got nothing to be afraid of, and we can really attack them. And today they were there for taking, and we just need to be confident in what we've got. We've got a few men injured at the minute, and when they come back, they'll really lift us. So if we meet them again in playoffs, we'll be very confident, and hopefully we can get the job done.
As you say, at the moment you've got to play it tough because you've got players missing. Is it a case of just digging hard as you can and get through these games, and then, as you say, when players come back, suddenly the team's going to, you know, look transformed? Isn't it?
Yeah, I think you're lucky if you go through without players getting injured. So it happens in every team. You've just got to adapt. But we've got some real key personnel. You know, Danny Brough, Jordan Lilly, usually has 2 starting halfbacks missing. Aaron Murphy, who's got loads of experience. You know, they're massive losses for us. But we dug in today, as I've said. We lost my train of thought what I was saying, but we adapted really well, and players had a dig today. But when them come back, you know, you can't buy experience, and you can tell. And maybe if we had everyone today, it would have gone our way.
Obviously now, sort of every week now feels a bit like the playoffs, doesn't it? Because of course you've got, you know, you can see the end in sight, can't you?
Yeah, every game's a must-win in this league. Unfortunately, we didn't win today, but yeah, playoffs coming up now, and you know, with players coming back, it's a battle for shirts, and you've got to put your best foot forward, or you won't be playing. And there'll be some harsh calls when there's 20, 21, 22 fit players, and everyone wants to play in playoffs. So you've really got to treat every game as if it's a playoff game, and put your best foot forward.
In fact, you've got the Fax team with one, I think 6 in a row or something. So you know, you've got another team that are banging forward, and it don't get easier.
No, it's always a massive game when we play Halifax, and you know, at their stadium, no doubt there'll be a lot of fans in there, both home and away. So we're really looking forward to that. And when we played them last time, it went down to a drop goal, and if that happens again, so be it. But we're confident going into them, and it's a massive game next week.
I was going to say the game, obviously at Dewsbury, was a fantastic game, but obviously there was nobody there.
Yeah, I know.
This time the place is going to be better.
I know that was the only disappointing thing. So no restrictions now. I'd expect a loud Bradford fan base to go over, and equally Halifax will have their home end filled out as they always do when we turn up. So it'll be a great game, and it's one that we're all looking forward to. And it's great for the fans to be back in and witnessing games like that today. And as I said last week, last time we played them, it was disappointing that fans couldn't be there to witness drop goal going over, and seems like it was. But hopefully next week we can repay them and do something similar.